It's not just mine, his or her house. This is our house.
Tyrone Lowe.
Hello, everyone. My name is Tyrone Lowe, host, producer of The Legends. And on my show, The Legends, I have Seductive Sapphire. How you doing, Seductive?
Fine, thank you. And you?
I'm quite well. It's a pleasure to have you on my show. So let's talk about the beginning, way back. How did you actually start to have the interest of really getting into music?
Oh goodness, that's a good question. Basically, I was a studio baby. Basically, I used to sit in with my brother when he had his sessions back in the 70s and the 80s. I used to babysit his son. So that's basically how and my house was very musical as well. My mother played French horn. My brother played everything. So that's basically how.
So your brother was actually Slave. That was the band, right?
He was the leader of Slave and Aura, the fearless leader. And his name is Stephen Washington.
Okay. So let's talk about, well, I just want to clarify one thing. I want to clarify one thing for the viewers. Now, you're a spoken word artist. So can you define that to the viewers?
Basically, we talk about a subject to music, basically. And it could be about anything. It could be about what's going on today. It could be about something that we saw or someone said to us. It could be about basically anything.
Okay. And you wrote a lot of tracks, and right now you're hot because every time I turn around, Seductive Sapphire got a track on the board, and let's tell the viewers about your writing and what are you really expressing at the moment of when you're writing.
Goodness. Currently I did a track. It's not out yet. It'll be out in February, called I Am Woman. And basically I was just trying to sometimes we women don't think of ourselves of being more, what's the word? We don't have enough self-esteem, and we don't know what we can do and what we're capable of. So I was basically talking about so many things that a woman can do and has done,
Right.
For herself, basically.
So house music is your thing?
Yes.
Okay. And how long have you been actually experiencing the, actually recording house music?
Basically, I started recording my acapellas. I started in 2012, actually.
Okay. And what was your feeling the first time that you actually recorded anything? I mean, what was running through your head at the time, and were you nervous or were you actually stunned or?
Actually, I was, well, I did it at Charles McDougall's house when he lived in West Orange, actually. Mm-hmm. And I remember him telling me to speak very slowly. And I said, okay. And I did it one time, There were no errors or anything like that.
Mhm.
And when I sat back and listened to it, I said, "Oh my God, that's me." And he said, "Yeah, that's you." So I said, "Oh, I really can do this." So that's what really kind of spurred me on to keep doing it.
Were you inspired by anybody at the point where that inspired you to actually write? Were you inspired by anyone?
Yes, yes. I was inspired by a teacher that I had when I was in junior high. Her name is, I don't even know if she's still living, probably not, but her name is Betty Niels. And she did spoken word to jazz, and it was a group called Rashawn Roland Kirk. And it was this jazz piece that he did. And I believe Rashawn was blind. And I mean, it was a beautiful piece, and she spoke quite eloquently to it. And she asked me to do something for her for this Black History thing we had in school. And because I was able to recite it without looking and the way I spoke, she said to me, "Oh, you're going to do something great, years from now." And I said, "Yeah, okay. You're young, you don't know." So that's where she basically inspired me to do it from years ago.
Is there a popularity in house music with soft-spoken words?
Some with a lot of producers, yes, but I think more so South African producers more so than the ones in the U.S. As far as I can see.
Okay. I'm so mad at you,
Well,
because you ain't do my track.
Oh, here we go. Here we go. Here we go.
I had to put it in there. You know what I'm saying? But as you were saying,
moving right along.
Okay.
Anyway,
you were saying about African producers.
I've been approached more so from South African producers. Mm-hmm. I've only been approached, I'm going to say, about maybe 4 or 5 times. Maybe I'm going to say about 7 or 8 times by producers in the States.
Okay.
And one Italian producer.
Okay. As far as your popularity, would you say that you have more status over here in the United States, or would the UK actually give you more love, for actually your production?
I'm going to say I get more overseas than I do here, I think. Okay. I could be wrong, but that's the way I see it.
And so there's a lot of spoken words artists out there. Would you consider it competitive at this point? As far as production.
I don't look at all of us as, well, me. I'm more of a one of those artists that whatever someone, when any one of our spoken word artists, whether it be male or female, when they record something, I feel it's a win-win for us because our category still isn't, up there, tops
right.
to some people. So, but I'm going to tell you, Coffee, the Floetress, she's in high demand. She really is. She really is. She's in high demand.
So my question to you is, do you have a track where you actually wrote something that was really personal to you at the point of some type of life experience? Have you ever wrote to anything of that at that point of some type of?
Yes, I did. Right. Yes. Okay. Yes. Yes.
So let's
I have a track. I should have actually. I had a track where I had to talk about actually 2 of them, but more so the second one than the first one. A track called Just Deep. And I wanted to let the dancers and people that come see the DJs play understand why they are, or we are, since I'm a DJ too, why we like the things that we like, because a lot of people don't understand why we are so why we have to have everything just right, far as sound and what we want how we want to come across to our audience and things of that nature.
Okay. So Seductive, let's talk about some live performance. Let's talk about some places that you actually did live, and let's talk about the crowd response.
Okay, I did a live performance. The first one was at Ideals in Newark, New Jersey. The second one was in South Beach, Miami, for with the record label Cyber Jams, and then the third one was Elevations in Upper Irvington, New Jersey.
Okay.
And the first time I actually performed, which was in Miami, I was very nervous. I was a little annoyed.
Okay.
Because I don't like to be late. I don't like to be late. I like to be on time.
Okay.
So due to the fact that was my first time performing, I performed with my eyes closed, and I shouldn't have. Because when you want to reach the crowd, you have to look at them, you have to give them eye contact, and I didn't. I think that was the worst ever performance I ever had.
Okay. Well, listen.
To me.
Well, we're going to come right back and, for the second part of the show. And you guys tune back with Seductive Sapphire.
It's not just mine, his or her house. This is our house.
We got some fun people in the house tonight.
It's not just mine, his or her house. This is our house.
My assignment, my calling is to inspire, uplift.
You have to make sure your people are partying.
All I want to do is just bring joy to the dance floor and watch people dance.
Tino.
For the love of house,
the dynamic soul sounds of
for the love of
DJ Tyrone Lowe. DJ Tyrone Lowe. The dynamic soul sounds of DJ Tyrone Lowe.
Hello, everyone. We're back with the show, The Legends. And my guest today is Seductive Sapphire. Well, I'm going to call you Sheila, because that's what I call you. You know what I mean? So, Sheila. I want my viewers to know that she wears many hats. She's a DJ, she's a recording artist, and she's also a model. So let's talk about your modeling career.
What would you like to know?
Let's tell the viewers how you got started with it, and actually what's going on with it.
I got started when I was a teenager, actually. And what happened was, when I was a teenager, I was thin. But anytime that back then, when you were a top heavy, they considered you full figure. Whereas now, if you're a size 12 and up, you're considered full figure model. And that I am. How I got involved with the House of Lonnie Cisco, he's located in Jersey City, New Jersey. Basically, I was doing a regular, what you call runway show, which is modeling on a stage through a woman named Teresa Randolph. And she also does a full figure pageant every year in Newark, New Jersey, and also other states as well.
Mm-hmm.
She's JT Productions or brand. And basically what she does is she has two categories. And that's how I got involved with her. Initially, I knew her. She was a neighbor. And my designer, he liked the way I walked. And that's how I started, the relationship with him. And now what am I doing? Basically, we have a show. Hopefully, I'm not sure whether it's supposed to be next year, I believe, in Jamaica. And we're doing a show. And we're also supposed to do a show this year, if I'm not mistaken, in Newark, New Jersey at the Robert Treat. Basically, that's his retirement show. So since I'm one of his house models, he asked me to come and walk. Hopefully, I'll be able to do that. Hopefully, this pandemic will be all over with and what have you. And that'll be my last time walking for him.
Dance of Distinction. I want to give a shout out to my boy, Michael Minton. And so let's talk about the role that you played with that. His show. Actually. Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. Basically, when I joined the show, I came on just doing the announcements for all the parties in New York as well as overseas. And basically what happened was one Saturday night, it was like a blizzard and everybody was in the house. It was cold as all get out. And I was at his house. And DJ Edward Ward, which is DJ Eddie Ed, that used to play for Cyber Jams, and DJ Regan Jones, who is DJ Algebra, said, let Sat play. And all the other, Steve Bass and I forget who else was in there. Sammy Rock was also in there. Said, yeah, let her play. And I'm like, I don't know what I'm doing. And he threw his hands up and walked away. And I was like, oh God, what am I going to do? So I said, okay, remember this is your show. Remember you did this. So basically I played by ear. And when he noticed that I was messing with the knobs and I transitioned to another track, he said, oh, okay. And from that moment on, he noticed that I had some skills. So he decided to teach me.
Right.
So that's how that went.
Yeah, I listened to you a few times, as quiet as kept, Sheila's also management for T-Lo Video Productions. So just to let you guys know that for bookings and shows like that, you can actually contact her and she will actually set you up, if everything is feasible. So Sheila, let's talk about Cyber Jams, because you do a lot for Cyber Jams, and tell the viewers about your experiences.
Experiences. Basically, I'm a moderator for their chat room, and all I do is basically when people sign in, I welcome them. I ask them, do they have sound? If they don't, I show them how to navigate the chat room. Basically, explain it to them in the chat room. Right. I'm also there if one of the DJs can't play. We have our private room on a private chat on chat room on Facebook, and basically I get them coverage. And that's basically it. I mean, my job consists of a lot of little things, but that's what I do to try to help out And I do it not because I'm not making any money or anything. I do it because I love what I do.
My question to you is, before I even go further, let's give a shout out to Sammy Rock. Hey Sammy.
Yes, and House Cat. Yep. Hi,
Most
House Cat
definitely.
and Sammy.
And Mark Eden as well. I can't leave him out. That's my boy.
Mark McCann, you talking about?
Yes.
Mark,
I call him Eden.
well,
I don't know why I do, but that's what I do. Dealing in this world of entertainment, production, house music, and things of that nature, to upcoming artists, do you have any suggestions for them?
Yes. Really own your craft, work hard at it, stay productive. You want to get hooked up with people that are really positive, rooting for you, don't mind answering questions. You need to basically search them out as well, because there are some people that look good on paper, but they're really not good for you. And that's about it, really. I mean, because Sammy Rock, I'm telling you, he gives anybody a chance, anybody and anyone. And basically, he lets us really grow. And as long as we're willing to work, he's willing to work with us. So I appreciate that.
So, any future references that you want to tell the viewers about that you just might be conducting?
You mean like musically?
Yeah, musically.
Oh, okay. Right now.
Before you go there, you will be doing my track, right?
Yes.
She was very close to me, so we can do this,
Currently, I did some work with, his name is King Ladeep. I did some work with the Sons of Africa. That's out now. I did some work with Curtis Logan. His DJ name is Big Logan, and his label is Jersey Soul. That's currently out. Those two are currently out right now. Also, who else? Good grief. Was Young DJ, but now he's Sir Young South Africa.
Okay.
Track out with him is still out. I have a track out with that's still on. Actually, all my stuff is still on the charts anyway. Tia Varnici out right now. Who else? Oh yes, Pasquale Landi. He's from Italy. That track is out now, and also Randall Smooth. He's located in New Orleans, Louisiana. That track is also out now as well. So, and I have a new one coming out in February. I'm not sure when the one with DJ K. Teray is coming out. And he's a producer as well. He also used to play for Cyberdance, but now he has his own site. I don't know when that's coming out. I have no idea. And it's called Sunny Smiles. What else I got coming out? Good grief. Oh, Miguel Scott. He's also from South Africa. I have a track. Actually, I wrote it. I just have to record it, which will be tonight. I don't know when that's coming out either. So,
okay.
Don't know when
Look
that's
at you. Look at you, girl. Like I always kid her and tell her, you know what? When you get that Grammy award, you better put me up there with you, girl.
Shoot, you and a few other people. Good grief. I just have to give not only a shout out to Sammy and House Cat, but to my brother and to Charles McDougall, because both of them, all of them, believed in me when I wasn't sure. My brother showed me the ropes, and I never thought I would actually be doing what I'm doing, because I was just basically a dancer. And for DJ Hutz, may he rest in peace, him and Mark Mendoza were the first two that came to me in ideals and said, you know what, Sapphire, you're going to do something in the house community. I said, whatever. And what happened a couple of months later, I actually really did, and I'm still doing it. So shout out to them as well.
I want to thank you so much for being on my show, and like I said, she's also management for T-Lo Video Production. So hit her up, for bookings and, whatever might be feasible for you guys to actually be on my show. And I want to thank everybody for actually tuning in. And this has been another T-Lo Video Production. So stay tuned for more episodes. Thank you.
Yes, Simon. Yes, Simon. There he is, laying on a bed of ecstasy, looking like a kingly majesty, tall with his dark skin and his brown eyes that always tells me a story. He kisses my lips, and then he wraps his arms around me, oh so gently. As he proceeds to kiss me once more, I begin to remove his shirt, and I put my hands between his legs. My, I feel Excalibur pulsating in my hand. Mind you, I need 2 hands to hold him. Then he touches my legs and my thighs and works my clothing down to the ground. He then kisses my neck and then down to my breast. And then the story begins to unfold into a marathon of marathons. He penetrates me with his Excalibur. And then I realized that he makes my chocolate melt. So much that I remember that this is live, not Memorex. They don't even use Apex anymore. Yes, we are not in space, not in time. We are taking a journey into the abyss of sexual presentation. As Excalibur makes chocolate melt, she begins to shiver and has a multitude of earth-shattering climactic shocks, effects only the third eye could see Excalibur's effect. For this is not a war, just a transference of love, connection, and purpose and fortitude of sexual desire of sorts. Excalibur versus chocolate melts. Yes, Simon. Simon says, come in and sit down. Why? Because Simon says,
It's not just mine, his or her house. This is our house.